I want to talk to the person that is married and that has got so comfortable in life that they feel like they don't have to try so much. I've been married 20 years or 15 years or 10 years and I'm old, or I just feel that, I work and this is my job. You feel like you don't have to evolve anymore. And that's not how God created you. God actually created you in the exact opposite. You look at a tree, it goes through seasons of life, right? And the same thing with you. You go through seasons of life, but it does not say you stop. You are constantly evolving. So I want to talk to the husband or the wife that is in a relationship and you are saying, well, I do this and I do this and this is it. You are telling yourself and you're telling your marriage that this is the plateau that I'm at in my relationship and I'm not going to go past that. Also, you're not bringing God into it, because if you bring God into it, you realize that you're also always evolving as a man. You're telling yourself as a man that you cannot evolve or you're not going to evolve, which you're also hindering your blessings. God always wants us to evolve. That's what inner healthy relationship is. You're always evolving. You're always growing. Also, a lot of you guys are doing things that no longer fit you. You are in a season where the drinking when you were younger and you used to do it, or how you used to cope, does not do anything for you. So it is just a thing that has attached itself to you through the seasons and you're holding on to it, but it's actually not doing you any justice. You don't see a lot of the things that you used to do and that you still are doing. It does not fit in this season of your life. We often try to get comfortable with life and feel like, oh, well, we made this amount of money, or I did this and this is how it's supposed to be. And that's not how life is. It's constantly ever changing. As a father, I don't ever say, well, I pay the bills and I invest this amount of money in you and that's it. I'm not going to grow as a father. I'm constantly looking at new ways to be very foundationally purposeful in my son's life. So we have to ask ourselves, is that God? For you to feel so complacent and so comfortable where you feel like I pay the bills or I contribute this and that's it. You have to understand that life is an opportunity for you to grow in areas in which you failed, do better. When you really read the Bible, and this is why so many people are scared of the Bible, because they read it, or they only read half of it and only apply half of it. They're afraid that if they actually read it, that it will actually change their lives. But what are you afraid, that the book will change your life for the better? Because ultimately that's what you're doing. But also you don't have trust in God, or you have limited trust in God, or what you're saying is that I'm going to take partial of this book and I'm going to apply this and I don't need the rest. If God has brought you this far, saved you from this situation, blessed you over here or blessed you over there, why don't you want to surrender your life completely to God? Well, you think, oh, I'm the church and I'm not trying to. Well, before you go to the church, how about establishing a relationship with God? Oh, God know my heart. God, okay, if God know you, do you know him? Well, what do you mean? Do you read the Bible daily? Is it changing you from the inside out? Is it changing your dynamic of your family? Are you applying Bible to only you, or are you applying it to the people around you? Are you reading the Bible with your wife? Are you reading the Bible with your husband? Are you reading the Bible with your kids? Are you allowing the Bible to change you from the inside out, and then in turn being a walking example? Can God use and trust you through your example, or do you pick and choose the Bible, or do you have the Bible in your house as a decorative piece of art, and do you refer to God when it suits you, but do you really try to apply or have a real genuine relationship with God? Do you see when God is blessing you? Do you see when God is truly blessing you, or are you ignorant to the blessings? If he is blessing you and you see that he's blessing you, what are you doing to show him? Are you just, prayer, thank God, I appreciate it, and keep going? Are you trying to figure out what is God requiring of you? If he's doing his part, what are you not doing? What could you be doing? See, if the mindset of the relationship is give me, and I'm just existing and I don't have to do anything, then you have failed yourself. You have to understand that humility is the key to any purposeful life. And what I mean by humility is if you're not humble enough to ask, if you're not humble enough to seek in the Bible, and if you're not humble enough to allow the Bible to change you, what God is trying to do inside you, and realize it's for the best. Well, what do you mean? Well, God says, well, don't cuss, or don't speak in a way that is this way, or don't be quick to violence, or don't react out of selfishness and haughtiness and envy, maliciousness and manipulation. Are you doing that? Yes, most people are. Sometimes we can manipulate ourselves, and we can try to trick ourselves into thinking we are good people because we do all this over here, but this little doesn't count. And it absolutely does, because you don't see how much of that little it actually leaks in your life. And the Bible says, if I can't trust you with the little, I definitely can't trust you with the lot, because we don't understand that even in that little, it is a character deflaw. God needs to trust you whole. I listened to a talk a long time ago, and a brother said, do you serve God whole soul, or is there a hole in your soul? Oftentimes when we serving God, there is a hole in our soul, and we are not serving whole. We trust him in this area, but we don't trust him with this or this or this. Oftentimes that leads to half blessings. Oftentimes that leads to not genuine relationships. So if you're not asking yourself, what is it that I could be doing better in my relationship with God, then you have missed the mark of what it actually means to be a true Christian, and what it means to really serve God in a way that will make a difference not only in your life, but the people around you. People should see and be evident that you love God by the way that you are and how you handle situations. You cannot be a hypocrite, in which a lot of you are, and when serving God, you only take the parts that benefit you, but you don't want to apply the rest, and then you're quick to judge others. The Bible says, why do you look at the rafter in your brother's eye, or the straw in your brother's eye, when you have a rafter in yours? And what that refers to is often you look at what somebody else is doing, and you're doing the exact same thing, if not worse. So how can your mindset be focused on what somebody else is doing when your home is not together? Oftentimes we fall into gossip, and we're constantly worried about what somebody else is doing in their lives. But the people that are talking the most have the most problems. I know this one woman that constantly gossips often, and her life is complete chaos. She has several addictions, and she has several children that she has influenced them deeply, negatively, not positively, not uplifting, and not being the best version of themselves, and because she's a broken person, she has spilled that brokenness into her own home and not influenced her children for the best. She's constantly deflecting from who she is and what she is, and constantly is stagnating, and you can't tell her anything. And when it comes to actually having real conversations, she feels like she knows everything and never wants to listen. How many of that is you, where you're constantly talking about someone else and what somebody else is doing? Your attitude is constantly angry and vicious and attackful, and you only can see what other people are doing, but you can't see what you yourself are doing. You think that the little things that you do don't add up, but they do. You have to serve God with your whole heart, or you might as well not do it at all. You can't serve God with 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Or you can't think, well, I do this thing once a year when I go serve this homeless, and I do this, and that should be enough. Well, let me tell you something. That's not enough. God requires you, all of you. He doesn't want a part of you. You got to think, when you're married, does your husband or your spouse want part of you, and then you the other part share with somebody else? Can you just be present with your husband but then have sex with other people? No. He wants all of you. He wants your attention. She wants your time. She wants your body. She wants you guys to be connected. Why do we feel that it's any different when it comes to our God? A lot of people will look at this video and argue with themselves, or you might even turn it off because you feel like you have the answers. There's very few people that are going to watch this video and be like, you know what, I can do better. I will do better. I am going to do better. A lot of people won't finish watching this video and drop to their knees and pray. A lot of people won't get the wake-up call in this video. A lot of people will say something in a comment and they'll say amen, and they'll say yes brother, and they'll do this, but not many people will say, you know what, I've been slacking, I can do better, I will do better, I will take this as a sign that God is speaking through you to me. Because the point of this channel, the point of these videos, is for God to flow through me and speak to you. The artistic way of how I do things, the tone of my voice, the tricks and ticks with the videos, it's just a way and a ploy to get you intrigued to listen to the message. And the message is, am I having a genuine, true relationship with God where it's ever evolving? Or am I stagnated and I'm only picking and choosing the part in which I want? And if the question is, I'm only picking and choosing the ones that I want, then you have a question. See yourself in heaven or hell?